Hello again, Roy.RealEstate here with Coldwell Banker Legacy in San Angelo. Today I want to talk to you about something called all electric homes. Now I'm recording this February 19th, 2021. So if you don't know, if you're looking at this in the future when it's, or in the future when it's a little farther past, is we had a big winter storm this week and we had some rolling blackouts, we had some major issues with things, and so that's kind of what brought this to my mind. I'd already done a lot of the things I'm going to talk about here at my home, and I was somewhat protected from all the mayhem that went on this week, but just kind of to put some thoughts in your head as you're looking at homes in particular to think about this. So I think this started in the late 70s or early 80s was the trend toward an all-electric home. And the thought process was, you don't need those dirty fossil fuels, and, so you can put an all-electric home. You only have to one bill. You don't have a electric bill and a gas bill. You've only got one bill for everything. And honestly, it functions fairly well a lot of the time until the power goes out. And so that's what happened this week. We had the rolling blackouts. There's people that had no power for 3, 4, 5 days, and in very cold temperatures. We had a couple of nights. One night got to below zero, -1, and another couple of nights that were in the low mid single digits. So really, really cold temperatures and no power. So a lot of people were basically unprepared for it, as typically is. And so it was devastating. We had to find somewhere else to live, or just people going out and start their car in the driveway and just to charge their phone and to get warm for an hour or two and then go back in the house. So it's kind of got me thinking about this and just want to kind of throw out some of the options you have. And again, things to consider if you're building a house or you're buying an existing house, or you're looking for ways to just give yourself some protection with the house that you got. So the first and most obvious is natural gas. Now, a lot of people think, well, I've got a natural gas central heat, and so I'm good, right? Well, you are, except for a couple of little things. That requires electricity to start it, for your thermostat, and for the fans that distribute the heat through your house. So when the power is completely out, as it was in many places recently, then that doesn't help you a whole lot. Now, the gas is still a more efficient way to heat your home, probably today at least. Whether that continues in the future, I don't know. But for now, it's probably still a more efficient way to heat your home, but you're still relying on that single source of electrical power to start it. So if you remember back years and years and years ago, everybody's, the bathrooms had these little wall heaters that were gas or propane in them. And it was very common up through the 50s, 60s, even into the 70s. But when we got modern central heat and air systems, those kind of went away. And that's one of the things to really consider as a backup. When we were doing our house, we put in some of those in all the bathrooms. And these are more modern gas appliances. They're a lot safer with pilots and safety features to shut off if the flame goes out or something like that. So that's a big deal, because a lot of those other ones were not, and they could have some issues if the flame went out. So in our house, the two upstairs bathrooms for our kids and our master bathroom all have these type of heaters in them. We also have one in our master bedroom, and then we have a more attractive looking one that looks like an old cast iron stove in our living room. And all of these, normally they're supplemental. They're nice. It's nice when you go in the bathroom, take a shower or something, to turn that heater on and let it get a little toasty warm there in your bathroom as you're taking a shower. But that's not when they're really important. When they've been really important was this last week when we didn't have that power. The one in the living room's nice. You want a nice fire in the fireplace, you go flip the switch, turn on the fire in the fireplace, and it's nice and pretty for 30 minutes. You turn it off and go to bed. But this week, those have become much more critical. They've been on virtually all the time, and we've had rolling blackouts at my house, intermittent power. So when we got power, then the central heat would kick on and kind of warm things up a little bit. But those things kept it from getting dangerously cold, and that was one of the big things for us. So that's something to consider. You can do this with natural gas, with propane, either one. If you've got natural gas or propane in your house, it's probably not that difficult. You'll have to get a plumber out there to do some additional drops if you're trying to put it in additional places. But again, bathrooms are a real cool place to have it, because it's a nice feature to have even when the electricity's on. When electricity's off, it could be life-saving. So something to think about. If you don't have any gas in your house, if you got it at the street or the alley, you can get it done, but then the costs are going to go up. But it's doable at any time if you want to spend that money to to just have a backup plan, a little bit of extra resiliency if something happens. The other thing that you can get are there's space heaters. There's some have a little screw-in canisters. You know, those will last several hours. There's other kinds that are kerosene. And so you can get some of them, have some kerosene stored in advance because they don't, you won't be able to find it at the time you need it. So both of those are options as well for more emergency type use. They don't have the neat feature of being able to keep your bathroom toasty warm the rest of the time, but in the case of an emergency, they can be pretty helpful. The other thing is you can actually get a generator. You can get them propane powered, gasoline powered, diesel powered, various sizes depending on what you need. The thing to realize with a generator, if you want it to be able to get into your house and power some of the systems in your house, you're going to have to get an electrician out there and get it wired in. You can have some sort of safety feature where you can't have power from two sources at the same time and a way to shed load. So you've only got the circuits you need that are critical, your range, your heater system, your lights in key areas of the house, maybe lights to your router and internet and those kind of things. Get those where you can get power to them from that generator. Get the generator where it's outside but feeds power into a house, and you can do that. So that's another option. So just being aware of these things, and again, if you're shopping for a new house, to keep that in mind. What's a way that I can have more ways to heat my house than just one? Because one has been a royal pain for a lot of people this week. So something to think about. We can discuss it more. If you got any questions, just give me a call. Roy.RealEstate, 325-268-0775. Thank you.